Hello everyone, my name is Braden, this is Airless Cool 9, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the Imp, the devil of pettiness and suspicion, and a lovable companion for fiendish warlocks everywhere. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at the 2024 Monster Manual, we're going to talk about the Imp stat block in 2024, and talk about what changes have been made to it since its 2014 counterpart, and we're going to talk about if these changes are actual benefits to it or detriments, and what those changes are specifically. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Imps. So, Imps serve devils and wicked magic users. They are known for their cowardice and toadying. Their abilities to shapeshift and pass unseen make them useful spies and adept at fleeing danger. Imps sent to surveil other creatures relate what they discovered to their masters, but they frequently omit important details or cast events in the worst possible light to mislead their masters into following the Imp's devilish counsel. Imps without masters delight in manipulating other creatures and inflating their own egos. They might take over bands of weaker monsters, or they might pose as helpful spirits and trick influential individuals into pursuing nefarious ends. So, with all that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the 2024 Imp stat block. Alright, so this is the Imp. The Imp is a tiny fiend, a devil. They are lawful evil in alignment. They have an armor class of 13, an initiative of +3. They have 21 hit points. They have a speed of 20 feet and a fly speed of 40 feet. For their ability scores, they have a strength of 6, dexterity 17, constitution 13, intelligence 11, wisdom 12, and charisma 14. For skills, they have deception at +4, insight at +3, and stealth at +5. Resistances, they are resistant to cold damage, and for immunities, they are immune to fire and poison damage, as well as the poison condition. Senses, they have dark vision of 120 feet, which is unimpeded by magical darkness, and they have a passive perception of 11. Languages, they know Common and Infernal, and the Imp is a challenge rating 1 creature, granting 200 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +2. Traits, the Imp has magic resistance, granting it advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. And in its action section, the Imp has access to 3 different actions. The first of these is Sting, which is a melee attack roll with a +5 to hit in a reach of 5 feet. On a hit, it deals 1d6 +3 piercing damage, plus 2d6 poison damage. Invisibility allows the Imp to cast invisibility on itself, requiring no spell components and using charisma as a spellcasting ability. And Shapeshift allows the Imp to shapeshift to resemble a rat, a raven, or a spider, or return to its true form. Depending on the form it chooses, it has different speeds attached to its specific forms, so its game statistics are the same in each form, except for its speed. Any equipment it is wearing or carrying also isn't transformed. So, with all of that, what has actually changed for the Imp in 2024? So there are actually a few interesting changes to discuss. First of these is hit points. In 2014, the Imp had 10 hit points. This is also because it had resistance to non-magical, non-silvered bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage with weapons. So that is the reason there. But in 2024, it now has 21 hit points, not 22. I don't know why I wrote 22 there. That's funny. But it also gained 3 additional hit dice as a result of that, and now it has an additional 11 hit points that it did not have before, so that is quite nice to see for the Imp. Next, we actually need to get to actions. So, there is some changes to the Sting action. In 2014, the Sting had a DC 11 Constitution saving throw attached to it, which, if the target failed, it took 3d6 poison damage, and if it succeeded, it took half as much damage. So, As you can see here, I've underlined the differences in Sting. So in 2014, the piercing damage was also different. It was 1d4 plus 3. So the average damage for Sting has changed from 10 to 15, which was the average in 2014. And in 2024, the average is now 13, which is honestly the exact same average damage. So really not a huge change here, other than you don't have to make a con save whenever you're hit by the Sting attack. So yeah, not a huge change, but honestly a welcome one, because it makes the Imp a little bit easier to run whenever it makes that attack. So I quite like that change. Next up is the actual invisibility. The 2014 version of this just stated that the Imp magically turned invisible until it attacks, or until it lost its concentration, and any equipment the Imp wore or carried became invisible with it. So kind of did the exact same thing, honestly, as the Imp casting invisibility on itself, albeit now the 2024 version allows it to do just that. It does not require spell components when it casts a spell, so the spell can't be counterspelled, so there really isn't any mechanical changes to this other than it doing the exact same thing. So honestly, kind of an improvement, just because it's easier to use and it makes a lot of sense narratively, but other than that, not really any huge mechanical changes. There are some slight changes here, mostly just shape changer became shape shift. So that is really the only change there. The name, really. Other than that, the movement speeds are pretty much exactly the same, so no major changes there other than some language changes. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Imp, so not a whole lot going on. It's a little bit easier to run, a little bit beefier than it was before, but other than that, still the exact same lovable Imp that we're used to. So yep, happy with these changes overall. So yeah, that's going to be it for this particular video. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give the video a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Until the next video, I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you all later. See ya.